Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen. There's a few things I want to talk about today. There's a bit of talk about a new trademark from Cloud Imperium Games, SOULSINGER. We don't know exactly what it is, but I want to talk a bit about it. We have updates to Alpha 3.24.1 and its exosuits, as well as some dev responses. So, SOULSINGER, what is this? What's going on? It's a trademark that was registered on the 25th of June by Cloud Imperium. Now, we don't really know what it could be. There's some rumors. This is going to be a load of speculation, and I reckon from me. So this could be a name for a new game by CIG. Yeah, it could be an entirely new game. That might not be the name of the game. That might just be the sort of project, that the current working title of it or whatever, but it might be, it could be that. It could be a name for like the StarEngine tools or the audio engine, or sort of one of the parts of that CIG might license in the future. It could be a new game mode for Star Citizen or whatever. It could also be something they're licensing or selling. So as someone asked, maybe it's like to use the StarEngine to make a game, for example, and CIG have gone, yes, but these are the terms or whatever. Bam, we're going to trademark the game name and license it out to you or whatever, something like that. There were also some, I reckon, with a grain of salt, dodgy rumors that it was for some sort of fantasy game by CIG, but again, entirely unverified. We do know that they've got Squadron 42 episode 2 and 3 planned after they finish off episode 1, and I mean, it's possible that it's a sort of working title for Squadron 42 episode 2, right? I want to ask you though, if CIG were to add another IP to their lineup, a new game to their roster that they're going to start developing in a similar way to Star Citizen, how detached do you want that from Star Citizen and Squadron 42? Would you want entirely different teams and studios working on it, sort of like it's a new game, it's separate out entirely? Would you want it to run its own crowdfunding, totally different website, that sort of stuff? Is it okay if they share some of the sort of assets between the studios, like money, dev teams, that sort of stuff? Or is it sort of totally cool if they're using the same engine? If it's all on the StarEngine, doesn't really matter because they're going to be developing the StarEngine more because of this new game. Could funds be used from Squadron and Star Citizen to help get that game dev started? Is it an issue at the moment because effectively it's backer money that's expected to be used on Star Citizen and Squadron? Or at least that's the expectation from the players that are backing it, right? So this is mostly a thought exercise, so bear that in mind, but I am really interested to know what you think. Also, what do you think SOULSINGER could be? And will we know more maybe later this year or at CitizenCon? Because there's a load of random ideas. This could be sort of AI tools that they're using to have dynamic NPCs and stuff like that. Like, we just don't know at the moment. All we really have is that name and the application for the trademark, and that it's within the downloadable computer game software, downloadable video game software category, roughly, on entertainment provided by the internet, which includes things like MMOs. And I'm totally okay for rampant speculation on the comments here, as long as everyone remains sort of calm and civil. I know a lot of people are going to have sort of crazy ideas about that, or sort of off the beaten path ideas, but it is just that rampant speculation. Please don't get too grumpy or annoyed at other people's ideas or thoughts on that. Alpha 3.24.1, so this is in the open PTU at the moment, this patch. It fixes a ton of the 3.24 issues, which is awesome. It's got those Argo Atlas Titan suits running around. They've done some tweaks to these as well. They've slightly increased the Atlas's sprint speed, which is great because I do want them faster. I want them even faster, to be honest. They've added new collision detection for the tractor beam to help avoid cargo colliding with assets when being picked up and placed, which was much needed. The Atlas's tractor beam is a bit different from others. It is very, very powerful. It holds the cargo above the sort of Atlas's head at the moment and can repel it, throw it quite far. They also made some other changes in the patch. Freight elevator kiosk single items being dragged should now work again, and mission cargo boxes should spawn and be detected properly. You can sell gems for merits in Klesha Prison again. Item bank select all, the button there wasn't working, and which is now working, and they've improved the stability and performance of that build as well. I am more and more convinced that the plan was to release those Atlases with 3.24 originally, and they they just didn't make the cut. I am now suspecting a sale of these real soon with a load of skins. Almost certainly a power loader yellow one. I'm expecting CIG to sell these for $20 to $30 each, and hopefully with lifetime insurance, because people will use these as lifetime insurance tokens. I hope as well they break from tradition, and they also go, you can buy them in game straight away, because obviously Zin and I talked about it and went, these should really be available in-game immediately for people to buy, to use for the cargo mechanics. They have effectively nerfed some of the other tractor beams and made this one a very powerful tool. Its tractor beam is absolutely fantastic compared to others now. There is a feedback section for the Argo Atlas, and 3.24.1 is on OpenPTU. You can try that out now. Everyone can spawn those Argo Atlases in that PTU build, so test them out. In that feedback thread, they are asking for people to give focused feedback on the speed of loading cargo onto a ship compared to a hand tractor beam loading and or ship tractor beam loading, the ease of transport, and general thoughts on the suits. There was a great response from a backer in that thread that said the Argo Atlas should be able to switch between overhead and manual mode with the tractor beam. I really like the new pickup system, but it doesn't seem to work in tight spaces. Therefore, I recommend a slightly different approach. Pressing the left mouse button activates the default tractor beam, like all the other tractor beams, so you can maneuver the item out of a tight spot, and then you can press right mouse button, which will switch to the overhead mode, the more powerful mode that it's currently using, and the item is moving to its default position. When the item is over your head, then you can press left mouse button to place it automatically, or you can press right mouse button again to go back into manual mode to place it in a tight spot by yourself. I heartily endorse that feedback. It's hell trying to load certain ships with the Atlas in tight spaces, or where you can't really hold the box above your head and in tight spaces, and I feel that it is something that should be able to get into a lot of tight spaces. If it can get into them, then it should be able to operate in them. For the most part, obviously, not entirely. CIG did also confirm that these Zeus Mark IIs would not be in the 3.24.1 patch. They are coming to a 3.24.x patch before the end of the year though, so I'm looking forward to that. There's some little threads that I want to talk about. Landing speed limit. There was a post on Spectrum. The original poster says, I appreciate the intent of the speed limit when putting down the landing gear, but I would really like to be able to have the limit set to a personal preference rather than hard-coded to be 30 meters per second. Is there any chance that we might see that in the future in the options menu or somewhere? YogiClat responded here, the slowdown with extended landing gear is an IFCS safety feature which can be turned on and off. At the moment, there's only a button binding in the flight section. In the upcoming Resource Network release, there will also be an IFCS config MFD page. Adding an actual number later might be a good idea. I saw another thread, another website rework, but the hangar gets left in 1996. So title, mostly, is what the original poster said. The website hangar needs better sorting, better searching. Mostly it needs an update. And for those of you that don't know, the RSI website had had a little bit of an update recently, but there's more to come. There was a response here from a dev from Decker, from Turbulence. Worry not, the hangar is definitely on our radar as well. And then a user then said, and the org module question mark, and Decker responded, org module as well, although I can't talk too much about that one as it's not with my team. When we get closer to that, we'll surely have some news out about it. I'm very much looking forward to sort of org features and more ability to organize groups, organize large groups, have at a glance you know who is in your org, who you're at war with, share ships, have shared hangars, stuff like that would just be absolutely fantastic. And in another post in regards to the website, I saw Decker say, like most things Star Citizen, we're also iterating. What we delivered is stage 1 of the new homepage experience, and yes, there is more to come. There was also a post, Gunplay PvE feels good right now, where the user there talks about them enjoying the current state of gunplay in Star Citizen, but has some issues with the way that HP and debuffs and injuries work, with them saying, my only irk is that I feel injuries are super common, but it's bothersome that they impact your total health points as well as give you physical debuffs. But that's stuff that I guess will be fine-tuned when attention gets turned back to medical gameplay. Zach2806 on Reddit responded to this, who I believe is Zach Priest from CIG, saying, Firstly, thank you. Secondly, injuries are meant to get a pass to be less about RNG, so random number generation, and more about total damage taken without resting from combat. It's been on my to-do list since 3.22, just time. So, really good to hear that. That makes sense, right? You want long-term fighting without resting to affect your character, so that you have to go, now I have to go back to base and rest. I can't stay out in the verse forever unless I've got sort of like a load of supplies and medical facilities and stuff in my ship. At some point, I'll have to go back to a station or whatever and rest, repair, go to a clinic for my character, get some food, all that sort of jazz. Otherwise, your character's going to be fatigued. He's going to have lots of minor injuries. Really, really like that. There was one other thing I wanted to talk about. There was a post I saw, Enter Atmosphere, a Star Citizen esports showcase by Atmo Esports. This is a physical event running straight after CitizenCon. So if you're attending CitizenCon, you might want to go, but you don't need to attend CitizenCon to go to this event. It is ticketed. Yeah, I believe it's also going to be live streamed though. I'll put the details down below. Briefly, CitizenCon on Sunday, the 20th of October, finishes at 3 p.m. local time, which is actually 2 p.m. UTC. And then at 3 p.m. UTC, the Atmo Esports Enter Atmosphere doors open at their venue. So venue isn't at the CitizenCon venue, it is down the road. There's going to be a big racing exhibition, competitive events panel with CIG guests, a meet and greet with Chris Roberts and Sandy Roberts. Fight or Flight World Championship finals are going to be there as well, and a trophy presentation with Chris Roberts. So there's going to be a load of CIG devs in attendance. The venue they've got for it is absolutely amazing for esports. Hopefully it all goes well. I'm looking forward to it. Boom! That's it for your Star Citizen updates today. Are you playing in Alpha 3.24.1 and what do you think of that patch? Has it fixed all of your problems? Are you really enjoying those Atlas suits running around with them? How much do you think they're going to be? When do you think they're going to go on sale? What do you think SOULSINGER is? Are you looking forward to CitizenCon? Are you going to be attending that event and any of the bar citizens? Are you going to be going to Enter Atmosphere? Whatever your thoughts and questions as well, chuck them in the comments below. Something else you should click on down below, NordVPN links. What? You want VPN? NordVPN? I'll let this other lad tell you. It's not another lad, it's me. It's me pretending to be a historian. What's in the box? That is what Pandora asked. She was told not to open that box, but she did. The internet is like Pandora's box, full of the chaos of the world. And Pandora basically opened an email attachment asking to help a millionaire prince move money around. Bam! It was Medusa all along. You've turned to stone. Foolish! You should know your Greek mythology. What's not foolish is nordvpn.com/BoredGamer. NordVPN is potentially one of the greatest Greek mythological heroes. It helps protect you from the terrors of the internet, helping you be more secure and private, while also giving you great accessibility. You can use my links down below to get NordVPN cheap. September, we've got a giveaway. Every month we have a ship giveaway, and this month is no different. We're giving away 5 ships this month. Actually, that is a bit different. That's 4 more than normal. We're going to give each of them to a different winner. We've got a Nomad, an X1, a Sulen, a Mustang Alpha, and a 100i. They all come with access to the game and lifetime insurance. All you need to do to be in for a chance of winning any of those is comment on any of my videos made during the month on YouTube. I want to say a massive thank you to all our patrons and channel members. Your support allows us to make daily content. You are the best, and you should consider joining them by clicking the join button under my videos. It goes a long way in helping us, as does commenting, sharing videos, liking, all of that jazz. You do not have to chuck money at us, but if you want to, I'm not going to stop you. Thanks for watching, and have a great September.